Oh, this song's good in my fucking head. Oy, yeah. Please say this works now. Oh, God, I hope this works now. Here we go. We are in. We is in. That's what she said. Alright. Unit grinding. For cyber. Suba. Ah, the cowardice. You coward. There we go. Right. Sam's here. Hi, Sam. You alright, mate? Ah! Is it like full moon or something? Is that why he's glowing? Can someone confirm that Mr. Knight glows when shit goes wrong? Alright. Great stuff. Oh, she evaded me. Fantastic. God, I hate Mr. Knight. He's just such an unnecessary character, man. Anyway, I'm good, bro. How are you? I am doing very well. I am doing very well, mate. Yeah, we're gonna grind out some units here, and then we are going to spend our units on cyber and not banquet. I will not be spending on banquet. No, I don't know if that comes as a surprise to some people or not. I think cyber's got a lot more value, especially when you cross a threshold of like 14,000 points. If you have 18,000 units as a free to play, do cyber. Just do cyber. If you do 14,000, I think that's good. When I said I had skill issues, the Titan they shouldn't give me Zemo, Mr. Knight, no Frank. Shit. You kind of want Frank. I think out of those three, I know Zemo's probably like quote unquote the best, I guess, for some people, or has been the best historically. But I believe Frank's got more to give. I think Frank's going to be great for the future. How many units do you think we will need for all milestones in Banquet? Well, that's quite an interesting question. I could talk for hours on that question. Because the whole point of Kabam's business model right now is imperfect information. So the whole point is that they know shit about the two events and what they want to give us and how much everything's going to be worth, and we don't. We don't know that. So we get cyber, and everybody thinks they see good value in cyber, and then they spend, but they don't know anything about Banquet. So, you know, they spend twice, right? Or they potentially spend more on the second one if they forego the first. That's the whole point. And if you're a free-to-play player, it's been very, very tempting to engage in Banquet every single year. But you've just got to look at realistically, okay, where's this value at? And go for cyber. But to your point, to the question, last year we needed like 18,000 units. 10% Kabam inflation, yeah, you say 20k. I would be inclined to say around there as well, maybe even higher. Because if you go higher, you have to take into account the daily super event, right? So I'm fairly sure that didn't exist, at least in the form it is now, as permanent addition. That's 30 units a day for everyone, every day, for a year. That's several thousand more units, and Kabam definitely are valuing those milestone rewards as if everybody's been saving all year for this. So I'm putting it at over 20 grand to get all the Banquet milestones. And if you're just looking at your roster and saying, okay, I want to make my roster better. A lot of those resources, remember, you got to go through the low tiers first. A lot of those resources are going to be getting unique champions. Oh my god, we put Kingpin and Valkyrie and Absorbing Man and Scorpion in this gacha box, but there's a very good reason for that. It's because they're not actually quite as insane as you remember. They said it would be cheaper. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, and they said it would be cheaper last year as well. You know, they said a lot of things. You know, their advertising for Banquet is like probably the most misleading thing they do all year. Like, they said it would be cheaper last year. They said, "Oh my god, we've made our like all the crystals. We made them cheaper. How amazing!" And then it was just shocking. You never know. Yeah, these guys. They just want to make it as flashy, as appealing. The whole thing's been designed by fucking psychologists, with all the colours popping out, the way the set is designed, the way they present their live streams and their PowerPoints, the way the game is set up. You know, the game takes on a slightly different, you know, just slightly different tint, like a different shade. It might just be a feeling, it might be in your head. But the whole thing is just designed to look as appealing and as flashy and lovely as possible for Banquet. Can we get some crits? We are actually going to kill him. Good. Right, so we need Massey MCOC crash out. No crash out here. So we need 115 units. Need 115 units, and then we are good. We are good to go and spend 14,000. Because I didn't realise, like, I checked the value of the offers, and I think the value of the offers at anything under 14,000 isn't brilliant. But then I think once you actually get to that level, there's nothing here for me, is there? Once you actually get to that level, it's fairly decent value. Unit grind for cyber, yes, so that is what we're doing. We are unit grinding for cyber. Banquet all the way? I mean, yeah, if you said that to me any other year other than this year, I would absolutely agree. But just after what happened last year, like I've lost all confidence that they actually want to do a good job for Banquet. And I know that they're going to try and sell me on it, and I know they're going to try and say, "Oh, we've done it differently and bigger and better this year." And the most important thing I'd say for a free-to-play player is just to fucking ignore it. Just ignore it, walk away. Not spend your resources there, it's not worth it. And I'm doing you guys a favour by giving you that advice. It's what I did last year. Should have spent on cyber. Although I didn't have very many units last year. Last year I had, I think around 8,000. Or even less than 8,000. Like 7,500. Banquet last year was an L. Hope it's better. I mean, how do you call it better? Don't have to do much to be better than last year. I think the only positive thing out of last year was that the Alliance event gave me Sentinel. And I didn't even appreciate Sentinel at the time. I really wanted Deadpool X-Force. I was so upset when I got Sentinel. And yeah. I now greatly appreciate that I got Sentinel. I'm massively appreciative for that character. Yeah, sure. If you have units for Banquet and Cyber, by all means split it. If you think you have enough to get good value out of both, am I gonna have to dip into 3 stars here? Oh, I am. Oh, that's not brilliant. It doesn't matter. I should have done this the wrong way around. Should have done this the other way around. If you have, if you think you have enough to split it, by all means do it. Like, absolutely fine. 8k for rank 4. 15k to max the milestones. Yeah, I mean, you won't max the milestones on 15. Unfortunately, you just won't. Things I want this month: Mussel, Squid, and Mexican Punisher. Oh, Imperiosa and buffed Punisher. But I mean, the buffed Punisher is going to be pretty rare. Pretty rare. Yeah, it is more exciting. So I'm just reading questions from chat, by the way. I hope you don't mind. I don't have much conversation on my own. I just want to see how much interest we can get out of me just doing arena. But yeah, it is more exciting, right? That's why the whole thing is set up the way it is. That's what makes it so appealing. And for free-to-play players, you just don't know the value of both of these events. So it's very difficult to judge, and you have to make a decision knowing the contents of only one of them. And that's tough luck. What is this AI doing? Can I just throw heavies? Okay, no. He's going to be a douchebag about it. Fine. Oh, we're getting hit. Ah. Can't parry me. There we go. Boom. Captain America Infinity War. How that guy ranked up as a 4-star ASAP. Back when that mattered to me. Yeah, I love that character. You still get Mysterium. That is a Battlegrounds rank, my friend. Okay, we're going to need to dip into 3 stars. That's so annoying. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a really annoying point dip, but whatever. I feel bad for the actress. Don't worry, she was great in Johnny English. Johnny English. Such a better... All 3 of them were better than that fucking Black Widow film. Although she was pretty hard done by in Thunderbolts. Even if the rest of Thunderbolts was good. I'm kind of ashamed that they kind of made me hate Yelena Belova. Thanks to her just being such a douchebag on defense. Favorite Johnny English film? I mean, they're all pretty good. I think the third one's probably my least favorite. I mean, it is good. But it has some really good moments. But I think... I don't know. I think the second one's... I mean, they're all iconic, aren't they? I'm gonna go. The second one's better. For some reason, that sequel just hits well for me. And then the first one, and then the third one. But they're all pretty good. They're all class. I have to say, they're all classy. Okay, we're gonna have to use like rank 3, 4 stars now. God. But back when I remembered ranking up Professor X, thinking he's going to be the future of my account. How long can I charge this for? This AI is so janky, he's just like letting me throw it. Oh, okay, if he has a special attack, then that's not going to work, is it? I know if you have like a 7-star rank for Professor X, he can like kill anything in Battlegrounds in like 1 rotation. It's quite funny. And he's like a miss and evade counter too, which ain't bad. Although he's just not really my character. Alright. You gotta be careful of the heavy. It takes quite a lot of skill getting this guy right. Get that there. And 1 more. Fully unblockable. GG's. Nice. Yeah, and you gotta wait for that animation as well. It's so annoying. Okay, now we're quite close to 150k. I think we'll just do 150k and then we'll swap over to another unit grind. We'll do the featured. We will do the featured. We've got to use 3 stars now. It's annoying. Although I do have plenty of 3 stars, courtesy of making content on said 3 stars. Alright, where's the Spider-Woman? I can go there. I can go there. Alright, good stuff. Wonder if they'll try a bigger character next year. Something like Master Mold. Oh, you mean literally? You mean literally, do you? I thought you meant like more popular. I was like, yeah, for sure. Make him more popular. Playing this guy's really weird. Yeah, playing Frankencastle is something. Heavies. Let's remember heavies. Okay, SP2, he's an unawakened fam. You can hit me with an SP3, I don't really care. Oh wow, the SP3. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Good stuff. I mean, I don't know what they do with a bigger character. It would, like, we are kind of due one. Like, Sentinel's been the biggest, quote-unquote biggest character in the game for a while. Just physically. I think maybe we could change that. Someone like, I don't know, maybe Big Wheel? Someone shouted Big Wheel at the at the Summoners Fest, and that was really funny. Someone shouted Big Wheel, and I was just like, shit, if they say yes to Big Wheel, I'm actually going to flip. But, yeah, no, they're not doing Big Wheel, unfortunately. Would have been funny, though. God, we don't have the evade counter. Sod it. Probably still just dead here. Okay. So I've been going over in my head for the past, like a day. I just thought, okay, if I do this, what champions would I use the resources on? And I think I've got 2 rank 4 options who like I would be happy to take in every single class, because we are going to be opening 2 3 to 4 gem crystals. So this is the featured now, isn't it? 7-star rank 2, we'll go with these. Okay, we got how many? We got 89 units left. 89 units left to grind. I'm sure someone in the chat can work out how many, what's it called? Milestones, that is. But for right now, I'm just going to focus on beating up this gene. I think my number 1 rank 4 option that I really want to take up is Shocker. I really want to take Shocker to rank 4. I really want to experience a high-powered Shocker. I've always loved Shocker, but I've never had him high-ranked in my Battlegrounds deck or in my roster. I'd like to experience both. I have played Shocker, but never properly, never competitively. So I'd like to experience that. As for the rest, I'm kind of looking for slightly defensively twinged rank ups. Like I want defenders. I did take Deathless Thanos to rank 4, and I didn't tell anyone, because like frankly, everything that could possibly be said about Deathless Thanos in every way, shape, or form in a video context has already been said. Like, I made my video on I'm Sorry I Have To, which did pretty well with Onslaught, but that's like the only type of video I could think of to make when it comes to like rank 4ing a character like Onslaught or Deathless Thanos so late. Like, that was the only interesting idea, is just me saying, sorry guys, I had to be a meta rat. That's like the only thing I could think of. So I didn't make a video on Deathless Thanos. But we're going to get 2 more, and hopefully they're going to be interesting and content-worthy. Alright. I don't know how many units. Actually, I'm going to go and check. So this is 5. Back to arenas, hang on. So this is 5, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. So we need 7.5 million points, essentially. That's what we're gunning here for. 7.5 million, and then we get 14,000 units in 1, essentially. Sounds like a great deal. I'd make that deal. Damn good deal. And then I'd have 1 unit left for Banquet. That would be quite funny, going into Banquet with 1 singular unit. Like, please give me 7-star Kingpin. No. No. Okay. Better get down to it. I wish I had some music. I don't have music. I don't have music enabled here. I probably should, though. I took Thing to rank 2. I took this guy is rank 2. I took Shang-Chi to rank 2 as well. I took Shogun to rank 2. Just so I can use the 2 to 3 generics we're going to get on one of them, depending on which class we get a crystal. Stop. Alright, final fight. And I've got to end the stream in roughly an hour. And then I got to go and do some mathematics, you know. You dead ass my favourite YouTuber. Aw, mate, that's very kind. Yeah, that is very kind. That's nice to hear. Great to start the day by burning my own bacon. Is that a way of saying you burnt your breakfast, or you literally burned yourself? Like, Gilbert, tell me, did you burn yourself, or is your breakfast ruined? Let me know. If you could, who would you pick, Kingpin or Absman? Well, I think both of these characters are phenomenal as just general characters. So offensively, defensively, battlegrounds, AW, like questing, EQ, whatever. So I don't think there's much point in, separating, okay, what are you going to use them for? Because they're both great characters for everything. The only thing I'd say is that Absorbing Man is very difficult to manage when he is not awakened and at high sig. So you need to be landing those light attack intercepts pretty often when he is not awakened at high sig, especially when he's unawakened, which is the form you'll get him in. Now, maybe for higher milestones, they'll have materials to awaken and sig up either Kingpin or Absorbing Man. But, between the two, if you just said, all right, I'm going to give you one of these characters, I would take Kingpin. Absolutely does not need to be awakened to be good. He's going to gain those rage debuffs anyway through special attacks or through, debuff purification. Whereas Absorbing Man, he definitely needs it to be practical and reasonable. He'll be fantastic anyway, don't get me wrong, he's not bad unawakened, but you want him awakened to make your life a hell of a lot easier. Furthermore, in terms of battlegrounds, let's say you really want to take these guys into competitive content, who are the characters they're going to be dealing with? I'd say there are 2 or 3 on each side. So for Kingpin, he's obviously got the 3 targets of the Science Glass right now. He's got High Evolutionary, he's got Spider-Woman, he's got Photon. That's great. And he hits every single one of those adequately, as far as I can tell. And then there's Absorbing Man. And Absorbing Man will hit Dark Phoenix exceptionally well. And he will hit Serpent pretty well as well if you use the Magma form in both. Why is my phone being slow? Come on. So, I would take Kingpin because of the Awakened ability. That's a very long-winded but a very comprehensive answer to your question. I hope it helped. I just finished 8.3.3. Do you know the deadline to get Valiant in time for Banquet? I would assume it's just before the event goes live, right? Hasn't Brian Grant in the past done new account challenges where he takes advantage of certain offers and deals as he progresses through the game, in real time? I'm fairly sure it's just whenever you get it. It's just whatever your account is. If you're not Valiant by the time Banquet happens, and then you become Valiant during Banquet, I'm fairly sure you just unlock Banquet level deals. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it's worked in the past. 8.3.3, highly recommend you go check out Wikipedia for any resources he may have on tackling Actite becoming Valiant. He's a great guide channel. Also MCOC Noob as well, who actually is someone who I personally have had absolutely no reason to watch. I didn't even know he existed until a few months ago, and realised he's actually one of the biggest, in fact probably the biggest MCOC channel in terms of pure views. This guy just gets insane views, besides Seaton. It's insane. I had no idea he existed, but there we go. Question here for a kit. What do you think could be the abilities of a tech version of Horseman? Well, we already have it, don't we? Well, not really, but we kind of do. We have the Maker pre-fights. So you've got Norseman for Cosmic. You've got you got Apocalypse for Mutant, but also White Mags. And then you've got Mr. Fantastic for Science, and you've got the Maker. So the Maker would be, what does he do? He decreases the opponent's combat power rate. He increases the instant damaging effects potency, so Siphon, or whatever that's called. And yeah, I would do that. And then maybe have an armor up buff as well. So yeah. And War Machine as well. War Machine does it. War Machine will cleanse debuffs, which is nice. And War Machine will also give just some attack rating, general damage boost. Increase the potency of power burn, power drain effects by a certain amount. Wouldn't be bad. Can this Gentle die, please? God, I hate him, man. His only reason to exist is fucking Node 49 Gentle. Node 49 Bullseye. And then they just made him annoying on defense and didn't build a proper character. Ridiculous. Right, we've got 10,000 units. I'm going to go and pop... I'm going to pop one. I'm going to pop one of these crystals. And yesterday I got 75 units. So that'll be nice. Hope we can get units. No, 35,000 gold. Okay. No units. Fine. We'll go back to grinding. Whatever. Okay. One more of these and then we'll bust out the rank 4s. Bust out the rank 4s for some proper point grinding, you know? Anything else? Nope. Good. He stopped at 8.1. That's a shame. Everybody should also check out MCOC Encyclopedia's second channel. He set out a second channel called The Ancient Flame. He tells stories by a crackling little campfire. Not literally him. He hasn't done a face reveal, but a stock image of a campfire with crackling sound effects. It's very nice. He has the voice for it as well. He put a little echo on his own voice. It sounds epic. Do you miss when your old account, like when you're first beating Act 6 or 7? Kinda. Yeah, kinda. It was an interesting time for sure. Oh, for fuck's sakes. It was an interesting time in my account for sure, because I was a lot less knowledgeable, and I was a lot less involved in the community. So back then I was kind of like just playing a game, man, as a kid. Just playing a game. It's all great fun. And now I'm like involved in the community, and I suppose I don't know, it's like growing up, right? You only see the good parts of the game, and now I've been forced to have a look at the worst parts of the game as a content creator. And look, the game keeps going, but the way you see it changes, and that's strange. I've not been happy with this year. There have been certain good moments. Don't get me wrong, a lot of good moments, but a lot of really bad moments too. And I'm not exactly happy with it on the whole, I think. Hopefully 2026 will be better. Armor up buff, power burn on parry with cooldown, more power drain and burn potency, DOT increase, more ability accuracy. Ability accuracy would be a good one. I think ability accuracy would be a great one because, like, Domino, right? It would have been interesting, not now, because she's just not relevant, but maybe a few years ago to have something like the Maker pre-fights, where your tech character's ability accuracy is increased by 20%. So if you had like a character with 100% ability accuracy, they were Domino immune. Oh, what does that sign say? I can't, it says X. I think that I might have attempted an emoji. I couldn't see it. All right. Now we're getting the big guns out. We're getting the big guns out now. We're going to get some big points. Big points. Remember, we need 7.5 million for this to work. And then we will have all the units we need. And I think it's a couple million to get the 3-star. Not that I really want to play with 3-star Cassie. But there we go. Okay, let's blast through this. I was just considering for a second turning on suicides. I'm like, should I turn on suicides? And realize it will cost me 35 units. Working on the model and kit for something that will likely never be in the game. Well, important is to have fun, guys. Yeah, I mean, I've designed characters before. I designed the Mr. Knight kit. And I'll tell you, my Mr. Knight kit was so much better than their Mr. Knight kit. It was awful. Their Mr. Knight kit is a fucking mess. My Mr. Knight kit, mwah, perfection. Obviously, it just dealt like a stupid amount of damage. I just had it deal so much damage. The maximum amount of unfair damage you could possibly conceive of was like my Mr. Knight. It was fucking hilarious. Sneak peek on my next couple of videos. I'd love to give it to you if I knew. Do I watch football? No. I assume you mean American football. But even if the answer, even if you mean British football played with your feet, the answer is no. Technically, I'm an Arsenal fan because my parents are, but it's not something I take all that seriously. My flatmates are pretty obsessive with their football. They are avid Portsmouth and QPR fans. That's their football teams. And we hate Coventry. And we hate Wrexham as well. Hate Wrexham. Because they're owned by Ryan Reynolds, even though I quite like him. But apparently it's a reason to hate them. So I hate them, of course, in complete accordance with my flatmates' demands. Whatever they say, I now believe to do with football. Working on Master Mold, and there's a lot of utility and resistances and synergies, but way less focus on damage and balance. Arsenal? Disgraceful. What do you support then, Rabies? Tell me. Actually, hang on. I can give you a bit of a sneak peek. No, that's a lie. I can give you a bit of a sneak peek. So, I was bored one evening, and I started writing a script for basically a replay of one of my older videos. So I made a video around the time of like Dark Phoenix and Yelena Belova's release called Kabam, This Is How You Design a Defender. And it was like after Captain Britain got released, and I had a little rant about it, and someone said, I nicknamed him Tim. Tim still comments, by the way. Someone said underneath that video that for the game to survive, it needs money, and they make money by selling shit defenders. I made an entire video dedicated to responding to Tim, and Tim replied to that video, and he said, "You're very kind, you should work for Kabam." Which, to be honest, was an extremely kind comment, and I sometimes regret making that video directly about him. But I think the message was important, so, and it was a good video, so I suppose there's that. What happened to the rest of my rank 4s? And my rank 3s? Yeah, there they are. Where's my... Have I used them all already? I've been using them in another arena. What? Oh my god. Okay, we got them out of that one. Fine, that's strange. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that video again. I think I'm doing that video again. Not because anybody has said anything dumb in the comment section, but I thought I'd just design a defender because I'm bored. I thought I would design another NPC. I designed another NPC character. So last time we designed Lockjaw, and Lockjaw was kind of fun. But this time I thought I would design the chair. You know that Easter egg character, the chair, from like years ago? He had a profile picture and everything. I will design the chair to be the next 5 out of 5 defender to enter Marvel Contest of Champions. And I don't know how they would animate it. I have no idea what that would look like. But you can build a defensive kit just to prove a point, or hammer the point home at this point. I think everybody knows it. That you don't need unavoidable damage or BS, RPG requirements to make a challenging 5 out of 5 defender that will make money for Kabam. You don't need that. So I was thinking of making a funny script about that. And I would essentially just copy Dust's kit. I would just use like the splinter debuff, because you get splinters from handling the wood. Like I just do that, and it would do roughly the same thing as Dust. I would just like I would just, up the ante a little bit on Dust's kit, because Dust is a fantastic defender, but if you want a 5 out of 5, there's a lot of room just to, scale her defensive threats a little bit and make her more challenging. He threw a paper ball at you and returned throwing the table. Okay. Right. Very, very close now. 59 units. Great stuff. Would you ever work for Kabam, even if it meant leaving uni? I will never work for Kabam, full stop. So that's just not something I'm interested in doing. I don't want to be captured, right? And this isn't. I'm going to say stuff now, which I don't know, I might regret. And there's no shade on people who were once content creators and now have decided to work for Kabam. There's perfectly reasonable economic reasons for doing that, and career reasons for doing that. If you want to be a content creator and you want to be involved in, certain aspects of game design and blah, 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 like, for example, Karate Mike, And Dorky Diggity Dave, they're doing very well for themselves. I assume they have themselves a job. It's a job they enjoy. And that's absolutely fine. But to some extent, you know, you're a content creator who has a duty to report on the good, but also the bad in the game. And, like, look at Karate Mike's channel, look at Dorky Diggity Dave's channel, look at MSD's channel. I'm not saying that they would necessarily have made negative or critical videos had they not been under Kabam's employee, but you lose the potential to do that. I think that's what I'm going to go with. You lose the potential to do that. So I want to reserve the right to make a critical video if I think it's necessary. And if I work for Kabam, I can't do that. They'd stop me. I can't do that. Shit, there was a class advantage there with Atuma. And I can't do that. So, and I'm like, look, if you want to go and work for Kabam because that works for your career, it works for your aims, absolutely. This ain't going to be my career. This is just some shit I do on the side. So that's not my interest. I was going to go to Summoners Fest. I was content on spending to get on a plane, buy a ticket, go to Summoners Fest. And when they first announced the event. But unfortunately, because I am still basically a child, I had to speak to my mother about, hey mum, could I go? And it landed on a weekend where I'd be at university. It actually landed on the week before reading week, although I take economics, so I don't really get a reading week. Yeah, so I couldn't go. And the shit that unfolded between them announcing Summoners Fest and it actually happening, so just the amount of scandals or community crises, issues, problems, champion design, blah, 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 everything that happened since then, and just made me think, you know what, I actually don't really want to support this event. I don't want to go, and I'm going to really stick to my guns on the free-to-play thing. I'm going to hammer down, you know what, it counts as free-to-play. But there was a time when I was content with that, you know, being an exception. Not being able to criticize Kabam when working with them. Look, hang on. I should probably clarify something. I'm not 100% sure on this. It could be the choice of Dorky Diggity Dave and Karate Mike and MSD and anyone else who was once a content creator and now works in some capacity alongside Kabam. It could be 100% their choice not to post a single critical video on anything that has unfolded in the community. But I find that unlikely, and I could be very, very wrong. But from what I've seen, accounts that work under Kabam's wing and alongside Kabam are rather hesitant to post criticism, and that is something I just want to reserve the right to make that critical video. I want to be able to criticize. Makes sense. You're not likely to go and publicize negative stuff about the company that employs you. Yeah, it could be that. It could be that they've been told not to. It could just be that they pay their wages and they pay their bills. Like, fine. You know, either's fine. But that's not a conflict of interest I want to find myself in. Call me crazy. Right, we've got 10,000 again. We're gonna go again. We're gonna go again. We have 44 units we need. Come on. We got this, lads. Right here, right now. Units. Everybody knows. This is it right here. God, this internet. Let's go. Nope, 7,500. Whatever. Big deal. Didn't want it anyway. Okay. Daily super event's been maxed, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would go and do battlegrounds. Is there anything else like brain dead I could be doing to get these units? Or maybe a little bit faster. You know what? Sorry. Let's just keep grinding. We're going pretty quickly, I think, with the milestones. I believe Kabam is that petty how they allow DLL to say whatever he wants. I mean, DLL saying whatever he wants is very different to someone criticizing. So DLL is coming out in defense of what Kabam does and their decisions specifically regarding champion design. And he does it in a way that I object to and others object to. And, you know, you can have your opinions on that. I believe as a representative of a company, and he openly says the whole premise of his channel is that he works for them. That's why you should watch him and listen to him. That as someone who openly advertises that, he should be more careful with the way he talks to people, and the way he addresses legitimate concerns that people have. Like some people say petty things in his comment section. Some people say rude things because he works for Kabam, because he does things they disagree with. And that's not great. You know, they shouldn't do that. I'm not going to defend the people who do that. But as an employee of... Oh my god, my combat power rate is 0. What the fuck? My combat power rate was 0 when I had all my resolve debuffs on me. What on earth? Look at that full combo. I'm watching it back on the replay. No combat power rate. What? Okay, right, now I know that Yondu's just the cheese option for Patriot. That's funny. That's actually really... Could you take him against, like, Kingpin as well? Even though he's going to purify everything. That would be fun. Anyway, I'll get back to what I was saying. I've completely lost my chain of thought. What I was talking about. What was I talking about? DLL. I was talking about DLL, yeah. Yeah, he needs to be careful with how he responds to people with legitimate criticism. And if people come out with rude comments, he should not stoop down to their level and be rude back. Which seems to be what he does. But that's, you know, Kabam let that happen because fundamentally he is in line with what they say. And yeah, that's not okay. Yeah, he's a goober. He's a goober. You know, just let him do his thing. Every now and then they let him out of his box and he makes a decent champion. Occasionally he commits war crimes, designing Nico Minoru and Serpent. But big deal, he also made Kate Bishop. You know, and something I didn't say when I actually made a video, you know, rather topically on the Serpent, as I'm playing him right now. One thing I didn't say, and I actually said in previous takes, it took a lot of takes making that video, I want to make sure I hit the tone right, is to put some respect on the man's name as a champion designer. Like, I know we all remember Serpent. I know we're all going to remember Nico Minoru. But man designed Kate Bishop. Like, the one common denominator under all his characters now, including Patriot, I'll go say, I know it hits one of his, and he was considered a bit of a miss, but the buffed up version of Patriot, hell, I'd rank 4. If I got a skill gem, I would probably rank 4 Atuma, but if I got 2 skill gems, I would rank 4 Patriot alongside him. You know, that's some serious trust I put in him. I think he's a fantastic answer to a lot of options, also to a lot of defensive science threats, and I really like him. So, yeah. It's funny, he says he wants to keep the balance in the game in certain comments, like, what was I supposed to say? No, he's just, no, he's just lying. I mean, it's just like, he has a vision for the game. He knows what sort of champions he wants to make, and to hell what everyone else thinks because they're idiots. Like, he's not actually considering that the stuff he's doing is harming the game and the people's enjoyance of the game. Like, he doesn't even register to him. Me too, if I get 10. You would get 10. But all he does is make overtune characters. Yeah, no, he makes very, very overtune characters. And that's, you know, good to some extent. And, you know, having very powerful characters, like having, you know, the guy in the team who makes very powerful characters is great. Like, that's great. But you got to be careful that, especially on the defensive side, like obviously Kate Bishop is just massively overtuned, but especially on the defensive side with Nico Minoru and Serpent, you have to make sure that's balanced with people's enjoyment. And he missed the mark on that, you know, and refuses to budge. You know, the amount of hurt and harm that Serpent has done to competitive modes over the past couple of years is unacceptable. And Why is only he allowed to do that? I mean, I'm sure other people are allowed to do it. They're just not designing the character like that. What am I playing? I'm playing him like it's America Chavez for a second. I just chained the heavy attack. If Nico Unawakened worth my second rank 3 behind Luke Cage, my priority after getting Valiant is Battlegrounds. Yeah. Yeah, low tier Battlegrounds. If you were, playing perhaps in, the Gladiator circuit, I would say you'd want her to be Awakened. So she's a lot more dangerous as a defender. However, lower tier Battlegrounds, that buff immunity alone, without the added threat of poisons, is going to be annoying for your opponent. And in case, for whatever reason, your opponent thought, I've got myself a shepherd, and then you can just kill him. She'll be slower, because she won't be applying poisons all the time. But I have an Unawakened Nico. She works. She's very, very safe. Anything buffs, just kill it. I would say that's a very good rank up. I recommend that. If Blue Marvel is amazing, I'm calling DLL the new broccoli. I think DLL and broccoli kind of already are, like, two sides of the same coin. It's just that broccoli made attackers. Broccoli came at a time when attackers were, the priority for the endgame. And now we have Battlegrounds. And now we have Alliance War. And now Alliance War's kind of ramped up, and it's very, very specific, rather. We had Alliance War for a while. They're doing the same thing. They're just both of them just making very overtuned characters. Just one goes one way, and made Hercules, and everybody loves him forever. And the other made Serpent, and therefore he's not that popular. But they're doing the same thing. I just want to get Gladiator Circuit. Yeah, no, rank Nico, man. Rank Nico, but the most important champion you rank is the one you enjoy. That's the most important thing. If you rank the champion you enjoy, you'll use them, you'll get more out of them, you'll see the better side of them, and blah. Yeah. Is there a list anywhere of what dev made any given champ? I actually don't know. I think... Actually, I have no idea. I am not qualified to comment on that at all. I assume there is. I assume that information is available somewhere, but I don't know. I have no idea. Fucking love Luke Cage. Yeah, boy. Luke Cage supremacy. Although I will say, actually, I'm using him less and less in BGs. I think when rank 4s were more uncommon, when I had him up there was a period when he was genuinely like my most used rank 4 in Battlegrounds. But now I have a much more developed, like, nuke-based rank 4 roster. Like, I've got the big guns. I've got myself a Sunspot, Cull Obsidian, Juggernaut, Crossbones. The more you practice the Crossbones, the better you get. And now I don't really use Luke Cage all that much. He's nice to have around in case somebody also has a big Kindred, like I do. Or if there's, like, an Enchantress, he's a very solid counter to, or a very solid option for, rather. No one's really a counter to Enchantress. Yeah. He does alright. Breaking my heart. No, he's still the GOAT. Don't worry, he's still the GOAT. And I'll be grateful for him. And hey, I used generic gem on Luke Cage, remember that. And to this day, not a day goes by when I regret that decision. That generic gem, I could have put it in Serpent. I could have saved it and put it in literally anyone. And someone would say, oh, that would have been a better decision. I don't believe so. I believe I get good use out of that. So, don't forget that. God, Enchantress is just so bad, man. Stupid character. Sorry, like, could you... Oh, for fuck's sakes. So bad. Die. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Have we got it done yet? Yep. Okay, we got another milestone. So we got another 3 million to grind. Although we've been making pretty quick progress, now we've got all our multipliers up using my rank 3s. So that's pretty damn good. We have less than 30 units left, lads. Actually, hang on. I'm fairly sure I can get this faster by doing back issues. I'm fairly sure I can get this faster by doing back issues. Classic. Classic's done. Classic not done. So I get 15. Okay, we need to do 4 quests in here. 4 quests in here, and then I think we've got it. You know, sorry, we'll just go with dust. Doesn't matter. Actually, no. Where's Crit Monkey? Crit Monkey. All right, fine. 4 quests in here, and then we get it. And then we got all the juice. Bear in mind, I've got to go in half an hour. Got to go in half an hour. Got to go and do some mathematics, some econometrics. That's what I'm studying. What am I trying to get? We're trying to get 2 2,000 unit deals, and then 2 5,000 unit deals. I'm going to get a couple rank 3s. Going to get a few generic sig stones. Going to get 2 rank 4s, 2 rank 4 crystals. I'm going to open some Valiant stack casts as well. So it's going to be big opening. Big opening, a lot of rank ups. I've got a lot of ISO. I've got a lot of rank up materials, got a lot of gold. Not saving for Banquet, no, I've made the decision that I'm going for it on Cyber, getting that guaranteed value. That's the decision. Okay, come here. Absolutely burning our way through, lads. So this is 5 units here. And remember, the threshold is 14,000, everyone. How does the game calculate damage numbers so quickly? It's pretty insane when you think about it. Alright. This gets done. Anyway, I've had quite an interesting conversation there about DLL, about champion design, about Banquet, about Cyber. Enjoying this conversation, guys. Let's keep it coming. We are very, very close to our goal here. I don't know if the Kabam will decide to give those who open their basics compensation from their own doing. I get the make it right response, but it's also right place, right time. Yeah, sure, let's have a little chat about that. Because I saw that Seaton had to pin a comment under his video saying, look, I was pissed off and I get it if you don't agree. Because I know that I watched Vega's video first, and Vega was very all about, it's about making it right. About making those who are wronged whole. And I completely get that. And then, I wasn't affected by this issue. I was out, and then I opened my 7 stars, so I never even got the chance to open it when it was bugged. But then Seaton comes out and said, I'm really not impressed. I'm not impressed making this video because they are gifting... It's only the people who open their own crystals. I don't know. That's quite a tough decision for Kabam to make, and they've obviously made their decision. I'm glad that they've responded to it quickly. Like, the thing that impressed me was that people spotted there was an issue about 10 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes after the update went live. Kabam responded almost instantly, so like literally half an hour after the update went live, there was a post on their Discord about it. And then like an hour later, like 10 minutes after that, they pushed an update. So like 20 minutes after that, so like less than an hour after the bug went out, they'd forced an update. I opened my crystals after I saw that message pop up on my line chat. I went in game, and sure as hell, I got one of the new characters. So that's pretty insane that they pushed an update out in 50 minutes. And they discussed and pushed out compensation plans within the next hour. So I think that before we get into any sort of discussion about whether or not people were wronged or if Kabam made the wrong decision, I think we do need to praise the speed at which they approached this problem. And they definitely reacted in a way that inspired confidence, at least for me. that they know that there was an issue, and they know people were distressed that I'd opened 700,000, billion 7-star shards, and they were wronged. And that was solved within 2 hours. But yeah. But then, they had to compensate the people who were wronged. They had to, right? People saved a tremendous amount of shards for the sole purpose of getting those characters. And, the way you do it, I think someone said they should have done the same as the previous time thing, so anyone who opens in the next 48 gets a 1-to-1. Yeah. So anybody who opens in, the 48 hours after Magneto's safeguard coming in there, it's quite funny. Yeah, that's not a bad system. That's not a bad idea there. Saying, okay, if you opened it 48 hours after the update went live, then you get that compensation. That's fair, because it gives people, a chance to do it. And you're not just giving away 7 stars to all players. That's a very nice addition. I'm actually on board with that. I like that. There are those who will never get to take advantage of an exploit like that at the massive pace of dozens of crystals that people hoard at a time. Yeah, so, it is quite a big, quote-unquote, exploit. Obviously, it's not deliberate exploit. But it's certainly an advantage. And I'm not going to say an injustice, but it's an unbalanced outcome based on, people say, all right, well, I waited. I did the right thing. I waited, but I don't get, the rewards. I exercised patience and control. But I don't get this. Does that make any sense? And the answer is kind of no, it doesn't make much sense. But yeah, no, definitely that idea about, 48 hours, the way they approached the Titan. The Titan was not okay, by the way. But they compensated that well. Yeah, that approach was, that's a good idea. When do you think we will get the comp? I wouldn't hold your breath. I'd say in a week. Maybe a week and a bit. But there's not much going on right now. They've got to sort out their banquet stuff, but shouldn't be all that. Hey! 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 I didn't think it'd be that fast. Boys! Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. So, for the first time in years and years and years, I'm gonna spend units now on Cyber. On Cyber Weekend. And the bundles I'm going to open, I'm going to get 2 of these. Right? And then I'm going to get 2 of these. And that's going to cost me 14,000 units. And I've made this decision. I'm happy with this decision. I think it's better overall for my roster. And yeah, it's going to suck not being able to take part in Banquet. But I believe it's for the best. So, for now, 4,000 units gone. We unlock the next rank. I believe I want some cosmetics. And that is every single one of my units gone. That feels so weird, man. That feels so very, very weird. Alright, let's open the Valiant Wave 2 Stack Cast Crystals, shall we? 1 unit. Hell yeah. 1 unit. Alright, how many do we get of this? Okay, we got a 7-star. Insulated Skill Relic of Finesse. We got a 7-star out of that. That's pretty good. Again, there's no real point targeting any of these. You just kind of get them and then apply them to champions for a bonus. Yeah, I have 1 unit. Oh man, okay. Can we get another 7-star? Oh, we got 3. Wow. 3 7-stars out of those. It's pretty insane, man. Pretty insane. Okay, we got lots of embers, lots of stuff to rank up there. Okay, we love to see it. We love to see that. Right. Let's go ahead and get these on champions, shall we? Let's go 7 stars. Okay. So, this is a cosmic relic. Critical resistance and physical penetration. Okay, who can I slap this on? Let's go with Gallon. Sure, let's go with Gallon. Oopsie daisy, the back button takes me all the way back. Okay, 7 stars. Okay, so this is energy resist and physical resist. I guess we'll put that on Yelena. Alright. And then we'll go back here. So this is energy resist and crit rating. Okay, cool. I guess I will put that on a tumor. And there we go. Alright, so we've got lots of defensive relics there. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Now, where even is a tumor? Where the hell's he gone? Where's my rudder? Where'd bro go? A tumor? Hello? Am I staring right at him? Where the hell is he? Tell me I'm not going crazy, guys. What? Hello? A tumor? Where'd he go? For some reason I just wanted to see him. Oh, there he is. I'm going crazy. Alright, good stuff. So we've got 35k there, and then I put that on null, 32k. Bit of an increase, we like to see. Okay. I have some of these crystals to open, but, okay, not anything interesting there. Okay. Now the adrenaline ramps up. Do I think 20k will be enough for Banquet? Yeah, but keep grinding. We really want tech. But there are lots of good characters in every class we could take up. You ideally want to avoid, I'm not going to say it, I want to avoid one class, but I wouldn't be too mad if I got that class, and it's going to go to science. There's nothing wrong with another science at rank 4. Okay. Now, we go over here, and who are we going to get? Who are we going to roll on? Oh no! Oh, it's a mutant. Okay. That's not bad, but it does inform me who I'm going to be taking up. So, okay, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's start with mutant first, and let's put our money where our mouth is and say, okay, this guy needs SIGs. Alright? And then we pull the trigger. Rank 4 Sinister. Oh boy, let's go. Rank 4 Sinister, great stuff. You love to see it. He's a great character. And I look forward to content on him. But also he's pretty solid. He's pretty solid defensive foundation there. So we like to see rank 4 Mr. Sinister. There he is. And then, you know, a character who, a character in the science class who I would say that does not need SIGs. And the character who does not need SIGs in the science class, for me at least, has to be Photon. Because Photon is already SIG 200. So, boom. Rank 4 Photon. And look, is she particularly interesting? I really like her, but she's probably not the most interesting thing in the world. And she is also my top character now, so that's pretty nice. Little bump in prestige there for sure, to 28,000. And there we go. Photon's good? Really? Yeah, no shit. Right. So there we go. That's a little bit of a bump. And then we will have a little look at the rank 2s. So the rank 2 I definitely wanted to take up. Unfortunately, we did not get a tech gem. Where is he? Shocker. Definitely want to do this. For sure. 2 to 3 gem on Shocker. Great stuff. We love Shocker. Okay. Unfortunately, I did not put any generics into him. But there we go. That's life. Alright, great stuff. And then the other rank 3 I want to do Is there one? I guess there is one. Where is he? Could do Penny. Don't think I'm going to do Penny, though. Where is he? Did I rank him up or not? Ah, no, I didn't. I didn't rank him up. Okay. Can I do anything about that? No, I can't. Okay, I wanted to say Shang-Chi, but apparently not. Right, the next character is going to be Elena. Deal with it. Next character is going to be Elena. She's unawakened, but she is pretty damn sweet. Pretty damn sweet. I think it'll be nice to have her around for the final week of BGs, just to make my life a little bit easier, pushing towards those final milestones. Final Radiance objectives, rather. Should I put that? Right, now, should we level up our relics? I think we should. Level up our relics. Let's just make sure that everything is in order here. Who is the relic I have on Sinister? I have a 5-star Sinister relic on Sinister. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. What am I doing over here? Okay. Do you ever use K anymore? No, I don't. Mutant. Filter by mutant. And I have that there. Okay, I can rank it up. Okay, that's fine. Although, is there something better? Is there something better? Prowess? Who are good counters to Sinister? They're all, like, physical, aren't they? No, this is all penetration. That is crit resistance. Critical resistance. No, I don't really want critical resistance. I want him to crit lots. No, I don't want... Okay, energy penetration. Lots of energy penetration. Gambit, nope. Sturdy, critical resistance, and critical resistance. Oh, physical resistance as well. I don't really want crit resistance though, do I? You know what, let's just keep that there for now. Now, who's my other rank 4 that I took up? I took up Photon. And Photon, I'm pretty happy with the relic she has. Okay. So. Okay. Should we go into BGs with the new deck? Let's have a little look. Post Cyber Weekend deck, everybody. Rank 4 Sinister. Rank 4 Photon. So now I've got Sinister. No, so not Sinister. I've got Photon and I have 2 counters. I've got myself Crossbones and Hitmonkey. And also Patriot, who I quite like. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Unfortunately, we didn't get Cosmic, so we didn't take up Serpent. Let's just go do an unranked match, just see what happened. See what's up. Ooh, man. Alright, Lefter. Oh, Battlegrounds Combatant. I faced this guy yesterday. He's very, very good. I think he let me win. Anyway, let's ban our usual bans. Ban those. Alright, so we've got a couple more rank 4s. Now let's see what he does with that. Is he going to ban them? No, he doesn't ban them. Winter Soldier is the best champion in MCOC. Amen, Soul Taker. Amen. Are there any non-payable champs that you don't have that you think are essential for BGs? Who else is essential for BG? I mean, my Nico Minoru is unawakened. And I think if you want to push high tier Battlegrounds, you really want an awakened Nico. Okay, we've got a rank 4. We've got a couple rank 4s, in fact. So yeah, happily take that. So yeah, I would be... I think my Nico Minoru. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And also, I'm not really liking... I'm not the biggest fan of I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not the biggest fan of what Carolina Dean's doing. Not the biggest fan of that at all. She's not really working for me. Okay, we've got one hell of a draft. That's one hell of a draft. I am quite interested to see what Sinister can do. I want to see what Sinister can do. Let's place Photon. My latest rank 4 goes on defense. And let's see what she can do there. We're going to get a Photon back. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with Jean. Let's go with Jean. See what Jean can do. Okay, we're going to go Spider-Woman. Fair. And then can you show your deck? Yeah, sure. I think this is going to be it, guys, as well. I think I'm going to do this match, and then it's going to have to be it. I've got to head off to a little meeting. But yeah. Okay. Let's go for this, shall we? Okay. She is letting me do things to her. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's refresh everything, and she enters pure light. Okay, that was nice. Shall I throw it? You gonna throw it, buddy? Throw your special. Thank you. Okay, Mad Inequity did not help there. Okay, she removed everything in one hit. My entire force field. How charming, and then smacked me. Great. Okay. Okay, we took her down eventually. Not great, but alright. Yeah, Spider-Woman did very, very well. He just didn't get smacked. Okay, so we do not want to place Deathless Thanos. We're going to save Deathless Thanos for Solvark. Okay, I mean, it's not looking completely awful here. We just lost round 1. And hey, that was a, Battlegrounds, Celestial level player with a rank 4 Spider-Woman and a very vanilla meta. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Let's go with this. Okay. He's going to use Solvark or what? Yeah, he's going to use Solvark there. Now, we just have to be very careful. Let's try and cook this man. Let's get into a bit of a rhythm. With, I can go Kushala. Interesting. Okay. We'll go with Spiral. Got to concentrate here, lads. Apologies for the lack of commentary. Okay, we need him to come here. Great stuff. Okay, I wanted to throw this. Shit. Fuck. Alright. Remember, Onslaught's fairly tricky to take down this meta, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. Here we go. Okay, he's going to go down here. Not bad. That's unfortunate. He just had to throw that. Okay, not bad in the end. Very not bad in the end. Hey, rank 3 versus a rank 4 Spiral. Again, not bad. Okay, so it seems to me like I have to place my new rank 4. I mean, that's the only way this is going to work. I have to place my new rank 4. And he's probably going to use Solvark, and that's absolutely fine. But here we go. Mr. Sinister goes down on defense. Are the new rank 4s going to win this for us? Ooh, okay. I'm going to go with Deathless Thanos here. And thing about Deathless Thanos... Okay, he's going to use Spider-Man for Vita Bravaka. Has there been an arena for Spider-Man? I haven't seen him in an arena. I've been waiting to do my new champion video. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, come here. Buddy, throw your special. Okay, come here. Nice, special, please. Special, please. Nice. Now. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. We got there in the end, boys. Come on, get me out of the fight. And we got cooked. We got cooked. Spider-Man did a fantastic job. That's a real shame. Okay. Well, that is just about all I have for you today. So if we have made it this far, then congratulations. You have an attention span greater than that of a goldfish. Don't worry about that loss. That guy has an enormous deck. In fact, let's have a little look at his roster, shall we? Jesus Christ. Okay. I thought that was supposed to be matched on roster power, but apparently not. Apparently not. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.